Team Rider back again for day 3 of Heisei Week. Today is our cosplay panel. It's me, AJ, the movie writer, and we're here with TheNextDecade. And
hey, what's up, everyone?
Going to start off with a quick little video. Of course, no sound because the computer gods have decided to curse us.
Stuff happens. But anyways, I'm Dustin. I go by TheNextDecade. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at that name. I've been making props and costumes for about 10 years now, mostly from Kamen Rider.
Dang.
I specify in foam fabrication. That's what I'm best at. But I also like messing around with materials that are new, and I like to see what works and what doesn't work and share them with other people. And I've cosplayed a bunch of stuff. I've done O's 3 times. I've done Genem twice. I've done Ichigo, and I actually won Best in Show with that Ichigo costume, which was a lot of fun. And I've done a few other things too, season 3. Anyways, so you guys have been asking me to make some stuff for you, and my computer's been falling apart. But you guys ask, I'll do it, because if it means I get to help out Kamen Rider doing more stuff here in the West, I'm there. I'm here for it. So
nice.
You guys have a project for me, and we're going to be debuting that a little bit later today, and I'm super excited to talk about it.
Oh yeah, I love this shot.
Oh,
I love that shot.
That's every single time I talk to people in Bandai Namco, especially Bandai Namco games on Twitter. It's like, hey, those Kamen Rider games, those Hong Kong subs are actually pretty good for the rest of us too. So like, hey, and then I'll throw that up there. So
that's funny. And then of course, like we saw that O's cosplay earlier this year at the New York meetup, so that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I actually made that for Anime Expo because I heard there was a survey, and I was like, "What's a better way to get people's attention for a survey?" Oh, I got it. So I called up my friend, and Jim K. He's another Rider cosplayer. He showed up. He was there as Kiva, and we had a really good time telling people about the surveys. So
I remember seeing that Kiva. I was like, yo, there's a Kiva out here. You guys see him?
Kiva's pretty good. Actually, I did the repairing on one of the leg pieces. So
nice.
A little bit of my work's on that thing too.
Well, one thing for everyone out there watching, if you have any questions about cosplay and how to do anything, definitely drop them down in the chat. And if AJ deems you worthy, he will ask the question.
So far, we have one person saying, "Woo, cosplay!" So
awesome.
I'm about to respond. Cosplay.
Well, let's go ahead and we have another video that we'll also play just to look at of your current cosplay.
Oh, the thing we're going to show it off. All right.
Yeah, show it off. Yeah.
You guys hit me up about maybe about a month ago, like, hey, you busy? And I'm like, no, but I can also not be busy for you guys. And you were like, hey, so the Ixa idea, and I was like, Ixa, yeah, no, I like Ixa. Ixa's cool. So long and short of it is that you guys asked me to make an Ixa suit real quick, so I did my best to do it for the stream. So this is Ixa in the save mode. This is the one from 1986.
Right.
Don't worry, Naga is going to get his attention soon enough. I'm going to be doing burst mode as well, and a couple other surprises, but we'll get to that later on. I'm just here to show the start of it, but I'm going to give you guys a quick close-up on this guy.
Dang, that's cool.
So it looks amazing.
We do have one question that's asking, do you use vinyl at all?
No, but I have experimented with it before. I'm trying to find a great way to apply it to foam in a way where the vinyl doesn't release and cause wrinkles under the foam. And vinyl, depending on the type of vinyl you get, if you get like car upholstery vinyl, you can fabric wrap foam, and that can come out beautifully. Actually, I wanted to bring up Japanese cosplayers because that's a really popular method they use is vinyl and fabric wrapping for their cosplay. And just a quick shout out to Taro Rider, Border_less, and Wing. Those 3 guys are 3 of the coolest Japanese Rider cosplayers I've met, and they've been the nicest dudes. They actually helped me get some of the reference for this Ixa project, and I greatly appreciate them. So go check them out on Twitter. Their stuff is super, super, super good.
Yes.
And I got to shout out the boys.
So it looks like a whole lot goes into this, man. Just looking at the tools on here.
And then go ahead.
Well, the 3D design, like how do you? How?
So So there's two different ways I make my patterns. There's the first way, which is finding 3D models. You go online, there's a bunch of great resources. People like to make 3D models of stuff. You can go learn how to make your own 3D models. Blender is getting more and more user-friendly as it gets older. So like if you guys are learning how to make 3D models, go learn how to do it in Blender. You can take that stuff and you can drop it in programs like Pepakura Designer. And you can actually lay out that entire 3D model flat and rebuild it again in paper. Now, you could go straight from Pepakura and make your cosplay from there. But I like to go back and get rid of some of the hard edges, because the problem is with 3D modeling is that you're stuck with triangles and squares. And sometimes the way that they're laid out on 3D model might not necessarily work out the best for the foam costume, because you have to consider taking care of gaps and seams and all those other kind of little parts that could look gross in the final result. So instead, what I'll do is I'll build it in paper, and I'll give it some more strength with some masking tape. And if I need to change anything or tweak anything, I'll do it right there with scissors and a knife, and I'll cover it up with some masking tape, and I'll make new lines to know, like, oh, hey, this is where this matches up with that. And like the curved lines, like on the helmet we're seeing right here, I did a dart, which is just the process of taking a curved edge and then finding the most optimum point to cut. So when you do that one cut, it lays out flat, and you don't have to do any more cutting to it. So I can actually show it on here. I don't know if you can't see it as well, but on the side, you can still see the seam right there. And that's the only cut I did on that side part. The side part is all one part.
Right here. Go ahead and show it again. I put you on camera.
Okay. Yeah, here you go. So this part right here, this whole side part of the helmet, there's one cut, and it goes from the middle to the back right there. And that's the only cut I did on this side part. The side part is all one piece. Now,
I gotta ask, like, how many times did you make cuts that like messed the whole thing up and you had to start over again?
So that's why I like to use masking tape and paper first, because foam gets expensive. So I'll sit there with the paper pattern and mess with it until I'm completely satisfied with it. And then if I really feel like there's nothing else I could do to it, that's when I'll move over to foam. And sometimes I'll have to tweak it, sometimes I don't. But for the most part, like, having one seam is a lot easier to deal with than having, like, say, 6 or 7. And they're all going in different directions. And that's just more cleanup you have to do later.
Man. So then with that, how, like, when you first started, how tough was it to, for the helmet to be the right fit for your head? Because everyone has, like, obviously, I have a huge head, so
it's tough. So my best advice for people trying to learn how to get stuff for their head is to measure your head in 3 different ways. Get the crown; it's the same way you do for getting like a baseball cap measured, and just do it in inches. You'll know exactly how big your crown is, and that'll give you a good idea of your depth and your width. But the other 2 ways is a little bit different. You take 2 DVD cases and put them on your sides of your ears, and you measure it between the 2 of them, and then you do 2 DVD cases on the bottom and top of your head, and then you do it like that too. So you take those numbers, if you drop them into Pepakura Designer, for example, let's say you have the helmet model up and ready to be printed, you can drop in the dimensions of your head, and you just make it like an inch bigger than your head would be, and then print from there, and it should come out just about right for your head. I was really fortunate. I only had to print this one once, and it's about, I think it's about 11 inches tall without the crown, or 10. I think it's maybe 10 and a half. But it's one of my taller helmets. I usually go for a snug fit. This one I went a little bit looser. But I also like to make my helmet slip on. Like, one thing about my helmets that's different than a lot of the other cosplayers' helmets out there is that a lot of people use fiberglass for their helmets, and I could totally do that too, but fiberglass gets expensive, and it's kind of toxic, and it's not really fun to work with. It's not beginner friendly. So I went with foam, and the same process of taking the masking tape and the paper, you just get rid of the masking tape and just have the paper, throw some resin on there to get it a little bit solidified, flip it over, pour resin on the inside, put fiberglass mat, and you can have your own fiberglass helmet. But the problem is with those is that once you're all done and finished with it, you have to cut it up to make it to where you can fit your head in there. Nothing's worse than getting to a part where you have to cut and you have to have the line completely straight. And oh no, I just made it super lopsided, and now I can't put the hinge in there, and the convention's tomorrow. Oh no.
Oh no.
We did that 5 years in a row. Anyways,
dude, is that how you also do the eyes as well? With
my eyes are a little bit different. I'm actually excited. That you brought that up. This is something I get asked a lot. So, like, if you're wondering how to make the Kamen Rider eyes for your cosplays, listen up. This is your time. Okay?
There you go, people. Listen.
Okay. So we're going to use O's as an example real quick. So the lenses for this one were actually a green 2-liter soda bottle. I took a round bowl and put it in there with tape on the bowl, and I just traced the outside of the shape. And then I took that same piece of tape and I put it on the bottle, cut around that, roughed up the sides, hot glued it, and put it on the inside of the helmet. Now, this bit of detail under it is actually another type of EVA foam. It's foam mesh cupboard liner. You can get this for like $2 at a huge bowl at Walmart. And it takes acrylic and spray paint very well as is. So you don't have to do any kind of sealing to it if you don't want to. So the green on the Sprite bottles is really, really weak. But if you look really super close at the helmet, all that's painted green, and it makes the whole thing look like it's way darker green than it actually is.
Yeah, and it looks like those compound dyes that's in the show, and that's fantastic.
It like this, and it saves a lot more money too. Like the resin eyepieces in the show, like Ichigo's a good example. So in the original show, they didn't actually see all these eyepieces because they were all resin castings, and they had detail pieces on the back of it. It's a 2 or 3 part mold. A little bit harder to do if you're a beginner, but totally doable. But in the show, instead of seeing out of the eyes, they actually had these little lenses that were the tear shapes under the eyeballs, and that's where the actors actually saw out of. So with this method, you could actually see out of the eyes, and it's kind of nice.
So you actually can see a lot better than most.
Yeah, but I also wouldn't make these like the hero helmet, because that's the other fun thing about Kamen Rider 2 when it comes to the costumes, is that there's 3 different types of outfits. There's the hero outfit, which is the big shiny ones you see at the start of the show that gets all those glamour shots right after transformation. There's the stunt suit, which is a little bit more user friendly, a little bit softer, and a little bit more visibility for the actors to do their work. And then the last one is a stunt show suit, which is a little bit closer to like the cosplay costumes, but still really high end. Those are ones you see at like stage shows, like Yomi Moriland and G Rosso and those kind of places. So yeah,
nice.
This is great. That's great for cosplay, and trust me, you're going to want to be able to see, because while you may be in a really big outfit and you think everyone's going to be able to see you, they're still going to bump into you. So you might want to still be able to see them and walk around.
Well, dude, I gotta tell you, man, as a modeler myself for model kits and stuff, man, much respect. This is like I'm loving watching this video. Just all this
super
stuff
kit bashing.
I mean, it's crazy.
Model kit makers, like the Gundam guys, like I really like watching Gundam cosplay makers. A lot of them will use the model kits themselves as reference to build their suits. And I've been looking at some of these figurizes and using some of my own little magic tricks I've learned over the years to make some things just to see if it would work. And it totally works. So we might talk about in the future how some of your guys' products can make some amazing cosplay, but we'll see.
Hey. Yeah, all right.
But yeah, figure eyes. Go get those. Those are good good model kits. Go get a figure eyes. Get a figure eyes.
Yeah, I mean they are on sale right now. They are on sale.
They are on sale.
Get your figure eyes. They're so good.
Oh man. Well, this is great. So let's get into well, before we get into the questions that we pre-prepared, AJ, do we have any questions in the comments, or
someone has asked any good helmets as a starter helmet?
Okay. So you can't go wrong with the original Kamen Rider. It's a simple design, but also a little bit more challenging, just because even though it's a simple design, it's still going to challenge you if you've never tried anything before. Like the eyepieces, like I said, they're a little bit harder to do. But like, hey, this right here, these eyes for this Ichigo, it was a red bowl. I just took my foot to it and got the pieces that looked like and well, yeah, like it's really a simple design, and it's one where you can actually make it to where you can remove the jaw. So if you want to make it tighter on the head, you can have the jaw piece removable. It's like how they did in the original show too. And the better visibility for the eyepieces. And plus, you'll have the visibility if you use this liner mesh too. So try Ichigo first. You can't go wrong with the OG. You can even use these straws for the eye or for the antenna. There you go.
There you go. Adrian R. Pantoja. Hopefully I said that right. He had answered your question. So
cool.
The original writer.
So do we have any social media?
We got people just coming in. We have Johnny. Shout outs to Johnny. I don't know what you're I don't know what you're commenting on. Shouldn't you be at work?
Oh, our Johnny? Johnny, why
our Johnny?
Johnny. Eating sugar?
He says, Adrian says thank you. So,
cool.
He heard.
This video is fantastic. Now, is this going to be up on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so this will be on my YouTube channel not too long after we finish up the stream here today. And if not immediately after the stream, it'll be up after the later stream today.
Right. Okay.
There's a lot of dialogue and more in depth. So if you guys want to hear exactly what I'm talking about, there's a lot of information in there. So if you're just wanting to start and just wanting to see how somebody that's working on a more intricate costume handles it, you can learn a lot and be able to make your beginner stuff real quickly. I promise. I worked really hard on that first video to make sure anybody that's never seen this before can get a really good idea just by watching it a couple times. Which leads me to something I wanted to talk about with all y'all since you guys are here.
Go for it.
My friend Marcos and Dreambomb and those guys, they actually asked me to come by and work on a new show with them where we're going to be discussing the suits from Kamen Rider and all the different types of them and all the fun behind the scenes stuff about those costumes. And while we're doing it, we're also going to show you guys how to make some of these things yourself for cosplay. So tentatively, the show is titled Suiting Up. So we'll see how that comes along. I got the whole talking about this morning, and I'm super excited because the first thing we're going to be working on is the original Kamen Rider helmet. So if you wait a little while, I'll show you how to I'll hold your hand.
There you go. Adrian, there you go. Just wait a little bit longer. He'll teach you.
And then I think I would suggest. Oh yeah, by the way, Ixa CSM available now.
Ixa CSM.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Nice. Now, I would suggest for your for that show, you should your next one you should do is Oma Zio, and then. Make it in my size and then send it to me.
I bet you that can be done really easily. There's a really cool services and exchanges thing out there that I think we could talk about that a little bit later.
Okay. Yeah. Because I would like to when the world resumes and stops ending and we have trade shows again like Comic-Con.
End the world again. I get it. You want
they would like to represent. Okay.
I thought it'd be pretty cool to show up to the shows as Oma Zio, and they just stand there and scare people.
Do that, then I'm gonna want to show up as Zio or get a friend to be Zio, and I'll show up at Decade. And it'd be a whole thing. We're there to sell toys, guys. Come on.
Yeah, toys and destruction.
People seem to really love that Ixa helmet you just showed. So.
Oh yeah, I'm glad.
Great work. Yeah, that's some good stuff.
Definitely. Since you guys like the Ixa stuff, you guys want to see where I'm at so far with the other Ixa stuff?
I really do. Yes.
Okay, really quickly. Right now, I'm still in the foam construction stages for the forearms. So this is Ixa's left forearm, and it's got a really
so good.
I still have a lot more detail work to do on it, but this part's taped on because I actually have to add some magnetic purse clasps. These things are wonderful. If you're a cosplayer and you haven't seen these before, you're going to love this. So these are just like on your mom's purse, except for they haven't been attached yet. You can clasp them together and they twist, and you can use them like use them like a jaw hinge on like a Amazon maybe. Or you can clasp them like a belt. But these are actually going to go hidden under this little circle bit right here because Ixa actually has bicep parts that are attached to the arm. So there needs to be a way for me to flex my elbow. And these guys slip on real easy, super easy, and I'm happy with the range I get on it. And the elbow has just a little bit of friction. I'm thinking about keeping that just so that I know exactly where it is on me. And there's some holes on the front. I'm sure you guys noticed. Ixa has some rope that attaches his wrist armor to his glove. So I went and I found the exact same material they used in the show to put that on there, and it's the same stuff you use to line your wires, so then you have better cable management, that kind of stuff. But two pieces like this are going to eventually attach to a handpiece, and I'm super excited. So the next thing I'm going to show off is the biggest part of the suit, and that's the chest piece, which is still a work in progress. The collar is super high. It's not quite ready yet.
That's so far ahead.
That's so good, dude.
Yeah, I was thinking, it's just like a collar or two in the start of the chest, but you have like a good portion of that chest pretty much started. Oh man, that's crazy.
Getting in and out of foam armor can be really difficult sometimes, but luckily zippers exist, and they are your friend usually when they want to agree with you. So if I need to get in and out of easier.
Wow.
Dang, that's pretty good. All right. Those are good tips, people. Take note, zippers.
Zippers.
I'm doing a series of YouTube videos. So that one that I have coming up today, that's just part 1. So we're probably going to have like 6 or 7 parts. And I'll go more in depth on some of these. So more like how to use foam clay. I started using that in this too. Lots of fun stuff coming up.
Wow.
All right, 6 more questions.
Oh, it looks like we have like a person we've worked with in Chicago, James. He says that he's a new follower now for you. So
hey, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Says sweet Christmas. That's dope.
Sweet Christmas stuff. it is really cool though. Like
yeah,
I was very much mesmerized by that video, man. I'm like I want to try it. But I know if I do try it, it's not going to look anything like yours.
It's like building.
You don't know. You got to try. That's the thing.
David, you're a model kit builder.
I know.
You can do this. You can do this. You have the skills. No. You have the skills. You just
bigger.
Yeah. And you're the armatures. No big deal. You got to worry about if the armature's going to fall apart or not. It's all you. And that's one thing I want to tell people too. Like, hey, if you are afraid or worried about trying to start this stuff, my first rider cosplay was a bike helmet with some cardboard on the front of it and 2 big red reflectors for eyes and a green jacket and a ripped up red t-shirt. So like, just go for it. Like, even if you start small like I did, eventually if you keep at it and you keep building up more skills and learning new things, you can make stuff even better than I've made. Like, I think my stuff's really good. I go look at the Japanese cosplayers, like, I'm surprised they don't work for them. Like, oh my gosh, those guys go ham. But it takes time and practice, and if you're willing to put into the time and effort to practice and keep making more stuff, you can make great things too. You just got to try. So please try. I don't want to be the only one. I'm not saying I'm the only one, but I'm one of the few that actually does their own cosplay here in the States. Yeah, I want more friends to do this stuff with, please. Cosplay groups are cool.
They are. Like, every time I see like a group, I'm like, dang, that's cool. I think even like AX, when I saw a bunch of the rider cosplays, I'm like, amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I know David got to experience the New York one. So
yeah, like, I mean, obviously, seeing you there as O's was pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, Warp Tour was there. Warp Tour was there as Genem too, which I should. Man, I'm glad I didn't bring that one because that just would have been awkward, just having 2 of us around.
could have done a really good meme symbol.
Oh, yeah, I could have brought the warp pipe too, but yeah, I have a warp pipe, by the way. I made one of those.
Oh wow,
nice.
That for NC Comic Con, I think I got 3rd that year, and they were just like, "Yeah, we love the warp pipe. Mario's cool," and I'm like, "Okay,
cool."
Go warp pipe.
Yeah. So, I mean, out of all your cosplays, like, which would you say is, like, I guess, your favorite out of all of them?
It's really hard to say. I think if I had to place 2 of them, it'd be Ichigo and the newest O's. Like, both of those 2 are special to me because Ichigo, I made that before there was any major reference for the new buff Ichigo back in 2016. I think we got the Plex designs got put out there a little bit early, and I was like, all right, that's all I got. That's all I'm working with. Here we go. And actually finished Japan World Heroes. I placed 3rd in the costume contest there, and a lot of people were super cool. Oh, wait, no, sorry. No, I won NC Comic Con Best in Show with that costume. And that's when I decided I actually wanted to get more serious about making these things. O's is special to me because I always wanted Rider over here. I wanted to get more Rider stuff over here. And the minute I heard there was a chance for it happening, I was like, I got to get in this. I got to do this. What's one of my favorite Riders that I can make with the materials I have on me right now? And he was just staring me in the face. And it's like, I haven't thought about making an O since 2011. Let's see how much better I've gotten. So I think it's the prime example of how much I've progressed since I started. And, also, it's just I got to wear it in Times Square. Like, how many other people could say they've done that? Like,
right.
I did see that photo. I did see that photo, and it's so crazy the difference between the 2. As a reference to me, it's like seeing the old SH figure and then into the renewals. You're like, oh dang, it looks like they upped it. And from that cosplay I saw, that was really good. Like, it looks really good. That's all I can say.
I'm gonna do Putotera again too. I keep staring at it, and it's like I can do so much better right now. Even though,
now,
I love you. You're done.
Now the next step in your cosplay needs to be you need to be able to wear the CSM Henshin, and then somehow have the armor appear over you. That's the next step.
Why are you spoiling the ending of my series?
Yo, that would be nuts.
You seem to forget.
He's got the tech.
I got the technology and I got the time. Now I just got to get enough caffeine in me to actually do all that. So
man, if you did that, man, the government would pay you a visit. Like, hey, sir, how's it going? But yeah, no,
yeah,
it was awesome.
And like I just wanted to mention something real quick too. One of the questions you guys had asked me earlier in the chat, and I forgot to get to it, is how I started. I have to give a big shout out to the 405th. They are a Halo costuming group. If it wasn't for them and the skills that they taught me early on with the fiberglass and also Pepakura and stuff like that, I probably would not be doing all this right now. I'd probably be just buying toys and sitting in the corner typing on the computer. Like, I love it. But I mean, through that website and then also through Kamen Rider, I've actually been able to build a lot of skills and able to start having a career making things. And I owe a lot to both of those groups. So thank you guys, and thanks 405th. I love you all a lot.
Nice. All right. Real quick, before we get to the end, just wanted to remind everybody we have an entire schedule of stuff happening this week. Later today, we'll be doing our stream about Kiva, Decade, Double, and O's. And I believe, Dustin, you're gonna hop in on that one, right?
Oh, you want me to come in later? Yeah, I could be there if you need me. Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah. Like Decade and O's are kind of like my two absolute favorites. I mean, like just saying, you guys, I'm just saying, you guys.
So he's the number one person we can have.
So yeah, definitely come on by back at 1 p.m. for that. And then don't forget, of course, tomorrow is the stream of Pure Culture about Kamen Rider Gaim. So that's going to be super super awesome. And then of course we do also have the sale going on still, guys. We Figure Eye Standards. Other stuff from Gashapon, all kinds of stuff. We have drivers that are still in stock. The acrylic stands that everybody really wants, so definitely make sure you guys pick those up. And then of course the new hotness, the t-shirts.
The shirts.
I'm so excited.
I had just gotten my update on my Amazon. It will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Funny enough, I had just placed the order yesterday.
Mine, let's see, I'm updating mine right now. So it looks like mine should be here by snap. Hold on, let me just make this screen real big real quick. So 8 p.m. tomorrow. So I'm a little
sitting here waiting because I know the mailman's supposed to be coming just before the stream starts for the big Zeo stream, and it's supposed to be here that day too. So I'm just like, come on, show up. But maybe I'll show up at the beginning or during the stream, so you guys see me just barrel out of the house like,
hey, you know what? All right, so everyone's going to be on these streams. If your shirts arrive midstream, I will allow you to get up and go get the shirts on stream. We will sit and we will wait until you come back with the box. Because best believe, if my Gaim shirt comes during the Gaim stream, I'm gonna get up and go get it. So yeah, guys, don't forget about that stuff. Thank you guys for all the support so far. It's been great, man. It's been awesome. It's gonna be a fun week. And then AJ, we hit a milestone on our Twitter recently, didn't we?
We hit 6,000 followers. Woo! That is crazy because I believe it was only a month ago we hit 5, we just hit 5, celebrating 5. So in a month, all the fans have followed and found out this is the place to be.
So hopefully we'll have the 10K giveaway probably just before Christmas, right, guys?
Hey, see,
that's me winking at everybody because you need to be following to make that happen.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is what it is,
After this stream, we'll be doing, we'll be posting some stuff up. We got another one of those meme captions going on.
Yeah,
so.
I really enjoyed yesterday. Fun.
Yeah, the Blade one was pretty
the Blade funny. One was great. There were some really good answers out there.
Awesome. Was there any other questions in the chat, AJ, or any other comments?
Looks like we've just got people just joining in saying they love this stuff. So
nice.
Everyone's just showing the love.
Is Johnny back at work yet?
He was on lunch.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dang, he's putting it on. Oh,
I have too much hair. One sec. Slip-ons are fun. 1 second. We'll get there, folks. I promise.
This is how it's done.
There we go.
Oh, man. And he is about to give back that wallet to Bandai.
that looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that gold's like the right gold too.
Yeah, I know. That gold is fire.
Gold is the saving grace of this cosplay. The first spray paint I used on it was not the best, but I'm not going to name it brands because we're not doing that. But if you check out the video, you can see the exact type of paint I used on this helmet, and it is a fantastic, fantastic paint. My favorite part about it is you don't actually have to seal the foam anymore if you use that paint. So go check out that video.
Nice. Yeah. Do you ever airbrush or do you spray can?
Yeah.
Or?
So my Ganem costume, the level 0 one I did, it actually was all airbrushed. So the black that shows up on the costume, it's actually the spray rubber I like to use. That's why I used to seal up the outfit to make sure it stays nice and strong and can take paint without spray paint eating away at it. And I used nothing but airbrush paint for that. And I love using my airbrush. It's a lot of fun, but at the same time, though, I also have to worry about humidity and stuff like that because I live down in the south and it's perpetually wet down here. So luckily, I built a spray booth recently, so that's no longer going to be an issue. But airbrushing's fun, but that's a whole video to itself.
On the video, it looked like when you were doing the spray painting part. Let me bring it up real quick. Here we go. So it looked like you were in like a tent. A tent. Like, do you have like a tent just for spray painting?
I made that just for this project. I ran to the hardware store and I had a fistful of money, and I was like, all right, what can I do? What can I make a spray booth out of? So that was one afternoon and a humidifier and a lot of stress later. But it's done. It's up. It's working. And the best part is that it's portable, so I could drop it and get rid of it and then bring it back out.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
Yeah. And that video part right there, that's when I'm spraying the Plastidip spray rubber. 3 coats of that, and it comes out super, super smooth. Like Ichigo right here and O's right here, they both have Plastidip on it. And Ichigo 2016, like it's I've never had an issue with the rubber on this helmet, not once. Same with this one. It's getting a little bit older, but that's such a great sealant. It's really, really good sealant for your foam. It keeps it nice and protected.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, I mean, this looks great. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
The process is fantastic.
Like I said, you guys ever need anything?
It's mesmerizing.
It is. Like, well, what I need is I would like an Omazeo cosplay, or a Kachidoki arms guy. I will accept either. Let me know how much it costs, and I will forward that to you immediately.
I mean, if you're willing to wait like 6 months to a year, then I probably got you.
Hey, I got time.
Okay. All right.
I see what you did there. Omazeo got time.
I'm getting ready for next year's cosplay season because I mean, obviously, I don't think it's happening this year.
Well, we have done cosplays at home, so
we have.
Yeah.
Hey, if we do another cosplay at home contest, I expect to see Eeks already by then. In the pro tier, right? In the pro tier.
In the pro tier, give me like enough of a heads up so I know exactly what day I need to crunch by.
I'll give you a 5-minute head start.
A good photo, like mid to like torso up, done.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll go inside. I'll go get one of my boys to get the camera out. We'll work out something good for it.
What you can do is just finish like the chest and the head or whatever, and then have like shorts on and be like Ixa at home. Just like half finished, just like whatever. I
got a picture of me with the Ichigo helmet, just lounging in a bathrobe after years back. That was a
funny.
Fun, popular photo.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, that sounds like something I could do. Hey, you know what else would be really super cool and helpful to get the Ixa finished up is maybe get that prototype set my way so I can get some more research done.
I see what you did there.
Speaking of research, like where do you?
Research.
So like, where do you get all your info so that people themselves, they're like, oh, how do I know what this looks like outside of you said before the Figure Eye standards?
2 big things to plug. Watching the shows themselves and hitting the print screen button as hard as you can. That's a great way to get reference. Now, the other two ways are going to cost a little bit of money, but are totally worth it and great for fans and collectors. First one's going to be Uchusen, which is a long-running magazine. It's a huge hobby magazine. This one right here actually features some images of the detail of heroes for Kamen Rider 01. So if you like cosplay, these are great resources. And these are done by Hobby Japan, and they know how much people love the detail of hero stuff. So over the last few years, they have been releasing these great photo books of Kamen Rider, and they have everything you would need if you want to cosplay these guys. Not so much the Kiva one, though, but that's just because it's a little bit older, and I'm forgiving of it because it was one of the first ones. But all these newer guys right here, these are beautiful, absolutely beautiful, wonderful resources, and sometimes they release new ones that are sometimes in paperback. So, like, here's the newer Decade version. You can tell it's a newer Decade version because there's the pink belt, and it's floppy, and it has a nice interview with Masahiro Inoue, the guy that played Tsukasa, and you get all these beautiful images that can help you make some great stuff. And they don't just feature the main rider. Oh no, they feature everything that's shown up in these shows. So if I really need the reference, I'll go find my nearest book retailer that ships stuff out of Japan. Oh yeah, you like
David's like, oh, I see.
Like, you can't just show that like it's that's guys right there.
I got Dimes,
that's part of his dissertation.
Old Decade one, and then I got Forze, and then I got the new double one, and I got the new Deno one somewhere. I think they're probably still in storage. I got a lot of stuff in storage still. Too much stuff over 10 years, y'all.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love those books. Detail of Heroes, great books, wonderful resources. And Uchusen, like Uchusen's a great one. Get that subscription. Totally worth it. You'll see stuff from Bandai all up in there, and you'll want to buy everything and just wonder why you're spending stuff on, like, electricity or water.
Hey, return that wallet to Bandai, man. Oh man, well, thank you for coming on and talking about this.
Yes, thank you.
I love that.
Definitely inspiring. And is there anything you want to plug before we head out?
Like I just said, I got my Twitter. You guys can follow me there. Instagram too, at TheNextDecade. I'm working on getting a system set up to where I'm streaming the cosplay stuff more seriously and in depth in a way where I have a lot of engagement with you guys, because I want to answer questions just like this while I'm working.
Cool.
And we got that Suit Up show over on Dream Bomb starting hopefully in August, maybe September. And just keep following my stuff for all my cosplay and rider goodness, because I love the show and I can't get enough of it. Obviously, can't get enough of it. So,
right.
Awesome, if you like as much as I do,
nice.
come by, say hi.
Hey, awesome, man. And whenever you post your videos, just let us know at Team Rider US, and we'll retweet it so that the whole world can see it, because that video was amazing. And that's only part one. That's only part one.
That's true. That's
only the first 120 gigabytes of footage.
That's big.
My gosh.
I can do it. I got this.
I do have one question before we go.
Sure.
When you're recording it and you're spray painting, do you protect your camera at all?
It's in a Ziploc bag.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, people, don't just put your camera. Don't just put your camera all unprotected and then spray around it. Make sure you put a bag over it or something.
The lens must be on.
This one's ruined because of Plastidip, so this is just Notepad now. You're totally right. Learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah, just in case anyone is getting any ideas they want to start doing that, make sure you keep that camera safe, because those are expensive.
Wear a respirator when you use Plastidip for spray paint. We want you guys to be able to breathe. But hey, like I said, we got these shows coming up like Suit Up. I'm going to show you guys a way to do it where you won't even need a respirator. Nothing like that.
Yeah, and definitely research before you work on things like with resin. Because resin used wrong can kill you.
Yes.
So
or seriously hurt you. That stuff has an endothermic reaction. That means it gets very hot very quickly, and it will melt into your skin and embed in your skin. So don't work with resin.
Right. So definitely watch their cosplay show about the suits and everything. Watch that first. Ask them questions and then proceed to try.
A good cosplayer is a safe cosplayer.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
As long as you're safe, you're always good.
The world's already on fire. I don't need to lose any rider fans.
That's true.
But anyways, guys, until later today at 1 p.m., we will see you later for Kiva, Decade, Double, and O's.
Yes.
We'll see you later, guys.